Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lady Viking Softball on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller here to bring you today's game from the Lady Viking Softball Complex at Rotary Field. Today, the Lady Vikings take on Knox Gibbs in a TSSAA Sweet 16 matchup. The winner of this game heads to Murfreesboro to play in the state tournament. The Lady Vikings are coming off a 7-1 win over David Crockett in the regional championship on Thursday. They come into today's action with an overall record of 24-4. Gibbs is coming off a 5-1 loss in the Region 2 title game to Knox Carter. It's actually the third straight year that these two will meet in the postseason. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in a few minutes, as it's the Vikings and the Eagles next on the Viking Sports Network. Let's get to the lineups. First for Gibbs, leading off will be the shortstop, number 33, Michaela Smith. Dakota Large will bat second in right field. Lacey Keck, the pitcher, will bat third. Number 2, the catcher, Addison Merritt, who is their big bat, will bat fourth and catch. Batting at fifth will be the second baseman, Savannah Mello. The sixth hole will have number 38, Taylor Selby, who will be the center fielder. The DP, Ella Lawhead, will bat seventh. Batting eighth will be the left fielder, Maddie Whaley. And in the 9 hole is the third baseman, Jade Bell. For the Lady Vikings, on defense, it's the group that we've had throughout this postseason. From left to right, Lily Ware, Kaylee Hughes, and Katie Granger. Around the infield, it's Macy Strouth, Addie Wilhoit, Mazzie Wilson, and Maddie Hall. Abby Haga is the catcher, and the pitcher, the right-hander, Carly Compton, the junior, will be in the circle, not surprisingly, for the Lady Vikings. Carly comes into today's game with a record of 21-1 on the season, a .88 ERA. She is making her 24th appearance, her 22nd start. She's pitched 135 1/3 innings this season, struck out 265, and walked just 25. So we're getting ready to get started. Umpires look like they're ready. Still waiting on the leadoff hitter for Gibbs to come to the plate. She's putting her batting gloves and her elbow guard on. But here she comes. She will be from the left side of the plate, not surprisingly. Malia Smith will lead things off. And we are underway as Carly Compton's first pitch will miss outside 1-0. Carly, who throws a strike on 70% of her pitches and a first pitch strike on 67%. We got a great crowd here, and that is a called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Gibbs, a traditional state power, likes to play the short game right here. We'll see if they can get their small ball going here against the Vikings fireballer. That pitch is going to miss away. It's 2-1. Smith on the year hitting .491. So that's pretty darn good for a leadoff hitter. It's pretty good for any hitter. And it's 3-1 as that pitch missed away. Carly being pretty careful with this young lady, but now going to have to come after her a little bit. So that pitch is going to miss away, and Smith is on to start things off. So that'll bring the right fielder Dakota Large to the plate. Large, who swings from the right side, hitting .440 on the season. She's going to bunt and pop it up and off the back of the screen. So it's 0-1. Back to the plate, Lacey, the pitcher, hitting .470. Has driven in 44 runs this season. Going to take that pitch upstairs, 1-0. Keck with 15 doubles, 3 home runs. Again, has driven in 44 on the season. Here's the 1-0. That pitch is going to miss upstairs, 2-0. Both teams wearing white jerseys and white pants today. Gibbs with the Columbia blue numbers, Columbia blue sleeves, and Columbia blue socks. So here's the 2-0. That's going to be a called strike, 2-1. Of course, as we mentioned, these two teams have met in the postseason the last 2 years. 2 years ago down at the state tournament. Last year in the sub-state down at Gibbs. Gibbs has won both of those games by 3-0 and 4-0 scores. That pitch was a called strike. It's 2-2. So Carly has evened this count. Gets her sign from Coach Boggs in the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be lined towards right center field and is going to be into the gap. Smith on her horse. She is going to come all the way around from first and score on an RBI double for Lacey Keck. So Gibbs draws first blood on a line drive. Kaylee Hughes was playing shaded over towards left center field, and that pitch went into right center. And Gibbs is on the board. And that'll bring the catcher Addison Merritt to the plate. Merritt, who leads them in pretty much all of the major offensive categories. 505 batting average, 12 home runs, 52 runs batted in. So she has had a monster senior year. And the first pitch to her is going to miss down low, 1-0. I mean, these are two very good hitting teams. Here's the 1-0. That pitch is going to be popped up and out of play foul, headed towards the parking lot, and going to one hop over the cars. So it'll be 1-1. So Carly getting her sign. And the 1-1. Is going to skip in there. Abby can't find it, and the runner is going to move up to third. It's a courtesy runner who will advance as that pitch was in the dirt and got by. The courtesy runner is Madeline Rutherford, number 00. So she's 60 feet away, and it's 2-1. Carly's going to step off, and the umpire calls time. Now everybody going to kind of reset. And the 2-1. That's going to be swung on and missed, 2-2. So we'll see if Carly can finish her right here. And she gets her sign in the 2-2. It's going to miss away, 3-2. Tried to get her to chase right there. But Merritt was not having it. So again, one out runner at third. Full count here. And Carly into the wind and delivers, and that pitch is going to be lined deep toward left field. It's going to be foul. So a loud strike right there. So we will get another payoff pitch on the way. Great crowd here at the Lady Vikings softball complex. Bleachers on both sides pretty close to full. Bleachers in the outfield have a lot of people, and there are folks all the way along the outfield wall. So great crowd here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Here's the 3-2. That is going to be called just low. Carly thought she had her, and frankly, I thought she did too. So a tough one right there, and we're going to get another courtesy runner for the catcher right here. The courtesy runner will be Brianna Baker, number 15. We got another left-handed hitter, Savannah Mello, the second baseman, stepping in. So one out, runners at the corners. Runner goes. Lady Vikings going to let her take it. Pitch missed upstairs. It's 1-0. Mello hitting .283 on the season, takes a called strike. So here's the 1-1 to Mello. That's going to be fouled back and out of play. That's 1-2. Big spot right here. A strikeout would be huge. So here comes the 1-2 to Mello. And she's going to foul that one back. And it'll stay 1-2. So again, a big spot right here on a 1-2 pitch. And that one is going to be hit in the air to center field. Kaylee Hughes giving chase. She makes the catch. The runner does not tag up and has to retreat to third base. Hughes threw behind her. That throw was a little off the mark, but it didn't really matter. She was going to be back safely, but that is a big out. And a nice running catch by Kaylee Hughes. So with 2 outs, that'll bring Taylor Selby to the plate. Selby hitting .304. She's driven in 13 runs on the season. Big spot right here. She's a slapper, and she takes a called strike on the outer part of the plate. We'll see if Carly can pitch her way out of this jam. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be swung on and missed upstairs. Really good pitch right there by Carly Compton. So she's ahead in the count 0-2. Opportunity to try and get out of it right here. Selby, who is their leader in stolen bases, I referenced a minute ago. That pitch is going to get to the backstop, but not going to lead to an advance. It just kind of stuck right there, and Abby was able to get it quickly. So it'll be 1-2. So Carly Compton getting her sign from Coach Boggs. She doesn't like that one. Called for something else. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's strike 3. Carly gets her to swing and miss, and that will retire the side. So, threatening first inning, Gibbs gets a run on a hit, but leaves 2 on base as Compton is able to pitch out of trouble here in the first. So we will head to the bottom of the first with the score. It's Gibbs 1 and the Lady Vikings nothing here on the Vikings Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lady Viking Softball here on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore bringing you this sub-state matchup as the Lady Vikings try to advance to their second state tournament ever, taking on a team that's been there a lot, Knox Gibbs, and we'll talk about that some more as we go. Kaylee Hughes takes the first pitch upstairs, and it's 1-0. It'll be Kaylee Hughes leading off with Addie Wilhoit batting second and Abby Haga third, as Kaylee will swing and miss at that fastball from Lacey Keck. Carly Compton bats fourth, Maddie Hall fifth, Macy Strouth in the sixth hole. Batting seventh will be Lily Ware, followed by Addison Glover, the DP, and then Katie Granger. That pitch is on the outside corner, 1-2. Keck, a left-hander, ahead in the count, 1-2 on Kaylee Hughes, who's had an awesome postseason. As that pitch will be called strike three, and Kaylee knew it. And she's going to go back to the dugout, and that'll bring Addie Wilhoit to the plate. Addie, for the season, 625, 12 home runs, 40 runs batted in. And in the postseason, hitting just 545 with a homer and 4 RBIs. That first pitch is going to miss outside, 1-0. Addie with a .643 on-base percentage in the postseason. And that pitch is going to be lined for a base hit into right center field. It's going to get all the way to the fence. Addie took a slight pause around first, but gets into second with a double. So one out, hard hit double. Just kind of smoked it on the ground, and it got all the way to the wall. And that'll bring Abby Haga to the plate. Abby, 477, couple home runs, 34 runs batted in. She has been a machine in the Lady Vikings 4 postseason games with 9 runs batted in and a .357 average. And that first pitch is going to be off the plate, 1-0. Abby also for the season hitting .590 with runners in scoring position, which is the case right now. And that pitch is going to miss upstairs, 2-0. Of course, Carly Compton on deck. Like to see the Lady Vikings be able to strike back here and kind of calm the nerves a little bit. Here's the 2-0. That pitch is going to miss outside. It's 3-0. So here comes a 3-0 pitch to Abby Haga. That pitch is going to be outside, and Abby will trot to first base. They threw down and tried to pick Addie off, and she wasn't having it. So Carrot Harris will take over as a courtesy runner over there at first base. And Carly Compton will stride to the plate. Carly on the season, 493, 11 home runs and 29 driven in. First pitch to her is going to be grounded back to the box. The pitcher makes a nice play, and she will get Wilhoit at third. So a nice job kind of jumping off the pitching rubber right there by Keck. So it'll be a fielder's choice 1-5 right there. So now Delaney Linkus will take over as a courtesy runner at first, and Maddie Hall will step in there. And that first pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Maddie on the season, 355. Hasn't gone deep yet, but has 21 runs batted in. Hitting .389 with runners in scoring position. And that pitch is going to miss outside, 1-1. So an RBI opportunity right here. They are shading Maddie just slightly to right center field. Big gap in left center. If she could turn on one, she fouls one off her foot. And it's going to be 1-2. So we'll see if Maddie can battle right here down in the count 1-2. 1-2 is going to miss outside. Catcher Merritt tried to frame it. The Gibbs fans thought it was a strike, but it was definitely outside. Merritt tried to bring that one back in, but our umpire was not buying that one. So it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Lady Vikings threaten, get a couple of base runners, get one hit, but can't push anything across. So we will head to the second with the score. Gibbs 1 and the Lady Vikings nothing here on the Vikings Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tennessee High Softball here on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore, bringing you this TSSAA sectional softball game as Gibbs leads the Lady Vikings 1-0 as we start the second inning. It'll be 7-8-9 for Gibbs here in this inning. Leading off is Ella Lawhead, who is a senior. She's the designated player. She's actually tied for second on the team with 3 home runs. That pitch missed just off the plate for a ball. Lawhead 292. It's also driven in 16 on the season. Here comes the 1-0. It's going to be a called strike, 1-1. So it'll be Lawhead, Whaley, and Bell due up 7-8-9 here in the second for the Eagles. Here's the 1-1. It's going to miss away, 2-1. So here's the 2-1 pitch. It's fouled straight back, and it'll be 2-2. Again, the winner of this game advances to the state tournament in Murfreesboro and will play at 5 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit as we go on. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's going to miss high and hit the backstop. It'll be 3-2. We do not. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. That's swung on and missed, strike 3. Nice rise ball right there from Compton. And one is away for Maddie Whaley. Whaley, the left fielder. Hitting .241 on the season. Whaley is a junior. First pitch to her is going to be a called strike, 0-1. Whaley has gone deep one time this year. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Carly ahead in the count 0-2. See if she can finish her right here, or if we could try to waste one, make her chase. Here's the 0-2. It's going to be a pitch that is a waste pitch outside. 1-2. So Carly will look to get her right here. The 1-2 pitch on the way. She threw a rise ball, and it was all Whaley could do to hold back on that one, but she did. About got her with that one. It's 2-2. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's going to miss way outside, 3-2. So Carly's going to get her sign and ask for another one. And here comes the payoff pitch. And that's going to miss upstairs, and Whaley will head down to first. So a really good at-bat right there by Whaley, hanging in there, and ultimately drawing a walk after an 0-2 count. So Jade Bell will step in. Bell hitting .280. Here's the first pitch to Bell. She's going to try to bunt and pops it up foul and out of play. So we'll see if Bell keeps trying to move the runner with the top of the lineup on deck. Macy Strouth pulled way in at third, expecting a bunt. She's going to get one. They pitch is faked the bunt and pulled it back. It's 1-1. So we will get a 1-1 pitch on the way right here. Here's the 1-1. She tries to bunt again and lays it down. Macy Strouth comes and gets it. Fires to first in time. So a sacrifice bunt will move the runner to second. And there will be 2 outs for Malia Smith. Smith from the left side drew a walk in her first trip. Came around to score the game's only run thus far. Now up here with a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. First pitch to her is going to miss. Just a bit off the plate, 1-0. So here comes the 1-0 pitch to Smith. That's going to miss upstairs, 2-0. Carly pitching very carefully right here to Smith. Of course, Smith, as we said, hitting .491 on the season. We'll take that pitch just a bit low and outside, I guess, and it's 3-0. And Abby Haig asked for time, and she's going to go out and have a word with her pitcher. Again, Smith on the season, .491. Been on base a ton. And has a 3-0 count right here. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That's going to miss out. Oh, no, it's a called strike. I thought that was frankly closer than the one he just called a ball. So it's 3-1. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be tipped foul. And that loads the count back to 3-2. So we'll see if Carly can climb all the way back right here. So here comes the payoff pitch. That is going to be called strike 3. Pitch a little up in the zone, but at the letters, called strike 3. The coach from Gibbs started to walk down the line to have a word with the umpire and thinks better of it. And we will go to the bottom of the second. So at the end of an inning and a half, it is Gibbs 1 and the Lady Vikings nothing here on the Viking Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to TSSAA Softball here on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore bringing you this TSSAA sectional matchup. And Macy Strauss, before we can even introduce her, hits the first pitch and one hops to the pitcher Keck, and she is out quickly. And that'll get Lily Ware to the plate. Not going to fall for that again. Lily hitting .313. She's driven in 13 runs on the season. Also hitting .250 in the postseason. So we'll see if the Lady Viking left fielder can get something going right here. And she swings at the first pitch off of her hands and fouls it off the screen. That's 0-1. So Keck ahead in the count, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from the left-hander. It's a changeup, and Lily bounces it foul past the third base line right there, and it's 0-2. So here comes the 0-2 to Lily Ware. That is going to be off the outside corner, 1-2. The catcher Merritt again trying to bring that one back in a little bit, but again the umpire not biting. It's 1-2. That pitch is going to miss upstairs, 2-2. Addison Glover waits on deck. And the 2-2. That's going to miss down low. And the count has gone full. So after being behind 0-2, Merritt takes about 4 steps out in front of home plate and has a little word for her pitcher. And the payoff pitch to Lily. She is just frozen, and she knew it immediately. She looked back at the umpire hoping that he missed it as well, but he did not. And so Lily Ware goes down on strikes, and that'll bring Addison Glover to the plate. Addison, the designated player, the freshman, inserted into the lineup late in the season and has performed. And first pitch to her is a called strike. Of course, Addison, if you've been following us, had one of the biggest hits of the district tournament in the semifinal game when the Lady Vikings were kind of scuffling on offense. She hit her first career varsity home run to give Tennessee High a 2-1 lead that they then built on. That pitch was a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to miss off the plate. He called it a ball. Everybody on the field pretty much thought it was a strike, apparently. Addison even took it after the catcher started to take a couple of steps towards the dugout. Addison Glover started to take a couple steps towards the dugout as well. But it was a ball. It's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's going to miss off the plate, 2-2. I mean, truthfully, only one person's opinion really matters on those ball and strike calls, and that fella in blue thought it was a ball. And frankly, I did too, actually. I thought it was a little bit off the plate. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be chopped foul, and it'll stay 2-2. So here comes a 2-2 pitch from Lacey Keck. That's going to be swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Lady Vikings go quietly in the second, and we will head to the third by telling you the score. It's Gibbs 1 and the Lady Vikings nothing here on the Vikings Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tennessee High Softball here on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore bringing you all of the action on a beautiful Chamber of Commerce Sunday afternoon. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 coming up here for Gibbs in this inning. Dakota Large will lead things off, and the first pitch to her misses upstairs, 1-0. Large, who had a sacrifice bunt in her first trip. That pitch is going to be low, I guess. 2-0. Large, who is a senior, is hitting .440 on the season. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swung on a miss, 2-1. Fastball kind of low and on the outer part of the plate. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. She's going to fake the bunt and pulls it back, and it's 3-1 as that pitch was high and outside. So here comes a 3-1 pitch. That's going to be hit high in the air towards left center field. Lily Ware camps and catches. And so there's one away for Lacey Keck. Lacey had the RBI double in her first trip. Again, .470 coming into today. tied for second on the team with 3 home runs, has driven in now 45 on the season. She is what I would call a power slapper, and she's going to smack this ball towards center field, and it is going to fall in. Mazzy Wilson gave chase. It actually sounded like it was hit a lot harder than it actually was, and just kind of hung up there and got just barely into the outfield for a base hit. And that'll bring the catcher Addison Merritt to the plate. Again, Merritt, who is their best hitter, 505, the senior catcher, has hit 12 home runs, driven in at 52. So first pitch to her is a fastball called strike outside part of the plate. So Carly gets ahead 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's going to miss away, a little off-speed pitch. And it's 1-1. Again, the courtesy runner over at first base is Madeline Rutherford. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be fouled straight back. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, somebody, if the Lady Vikings are going to win, we need to try to get out today. So obviously having a fantastic senior season. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed on a great changeup right there from Carly Compton. She doesn't break that thing out a lot, but boy, when she throws it well, it is just filthy because, I mean, when you're dialed up to face, 68 to 72, and all of a sudden that thing is a lot less than that, it's really tough. And that'll bring Mello to the plate. Mello, who flew out to Kaylee Hughes in center field last time up. So 2 outs, runner at first. And Mello will take the first pitch for a called strike. Again, Mello hitting .283. Driven in 20 runs on the season. Runner goes. Now the throw down to second is not in time. Hit the ball. So the pitch was a ball. It's 1-1. So here comes a 1-1 pitch. That pitch is going to be popped, foul. Macy Strouth giving chase, is going to run out of real estate. So it's 1-2. It's a big spot again right here with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. They would call a high leverage situation. So here comes the 1-2. That is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. And that will retire the side. So we will head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Eagles get a hit but can't do anything with it. And we will head to the bottom of the 3rd with the score. Gibbs 1 and the Lady Vikings nothing here on the Vikings Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lady Viking Softball here on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore, and Katie Granger will step in there to lead things off. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Lady Vikings here in the third. And Granger swings at the first pitch and hits a fly ball to right field, a can of corn for Dakota Large. And there's one away. They'll get Kaylee Hughes to play. Kaylee, who struck out looking in her first trip. But that has been the exception rather than the rule. Kaylee, who didn't have, is hitting 286 on the season. In the postseason, though, Kaylee is hitting 600. And she's going to try to bunt right here and bunts it foul. Has a 714 on-base percentage in the postseason and has scored 8 runs in 4 games. So Kaylee has definitely saved her best softball for the postseason. We need her on base right here. The third baseman pulled in way far at this point, and she bunts another one foul. So the third baseman, Jade Bell, who's probably about almost halfway down the third baseline right here. Left fielder pulled in pretty far as well, as Kaylee's going to swing and hit this ball foul and out of play. Of course, Kaylee had a big home run in the district tournament, which was her first of the season. But she has scored 33 runs on the season. She's walked 19 times. So Kaylee gets on base quite a bit, and we need her on base right here. Here's the 0-2. She's going to foul this one off of the screen. And it'll stay 0-2. Lacey Keck on the season. Hadn't given y'all her pitching numbers, 26-9 on the season. And she strikes out Kaylee Hughes swinging right there.
Now batting for the Lady Vikings, shortstop number 6, Addie Wilhoit.
And that'll bring Addie Wilhoit to the plate. Addie, who had a double in her first trip. First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch is going to miss away, 1-1. Of course, Addie certainly has the ability right here to tie this thing with one swing of the bat, and we sure would like to see it. Here comes the 1-1. And that ball is smacked at the second baseman, but she makes a nice pickup. It was basically right at Savannah Mello. Makes a nice one-hop pickup, and that will retire the side. So the Lady Vikings go quickly here in the third. We will head to the fourth with the score Gibbs 1 and the Lady Vikings nothing here on the Viking Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tennessee High Softball on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore, bringing you this sub-state game. It's the TSSAA Sweet 16. The winner goes to Murfreesboro probably tomorrow because the state tournament starts on Tuesday. So it'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Eagles this time, and Taylor Selby will lead things off. She went down swinging in her first trip. Takes a ball upstairs, 1-0. Selby hitting .304 coming into today. Has 31 hits on the season, all of them singles except for one. And that's a called strike, 1-1. So here comes a 1-1 pitch. She's to try to bunt, and she misses it. And it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Misses off the plate, 2-2. So Carly looks at her sign and the 2-2. That's going to miss outside. And that'll load up the count at 3-2. Ella Lawhead on deck. So here comes the payoff pitch. That's going to be bounced towards short. Addie Wilhoit comes and gets it, makes a really awesome play right there. Ball was just kind of chopped towards short. Addie came and got it, makes a throw on the run right on the money, and it didn't even end up being that close. And really, honestly, it looks like Selby runs really well. She leads them in stolen bases, but Addie just made a really nice running throw right there to get her. And Ella Lawhead will step in. Ella, who went down swinging to lead off the second inning. We'll take the first pitch upstairs, 1-0. So here comes a 1-0. That is a called strike right over the outer half of the plate, 1-1. So here comes a 1-1 to Lawhead. That is right on the inside corner, tied her up, and it's 1-2. Carly ahead in the count right here. The 1-2 pitch is going to miss way outside, 2-2. So Carly will get her sign and the 2-2. Missed just off the plate. Carly thought she had her, and that'll load the count at 3-2. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Is going to get a piece of her, and Lawhead will head down to first. And the umpire, it looked like he signaled out. Now he's going to go down and have a word with the first base umpire, and they're going to figure this out. And she is out. I'm not really sure why. I think she did kind of lean out over the plate. Looks like that she kind of threw that elbow out there. And so the coach for Gibbs down here having a word, but he's not changing his mind. It'll go down as a strikeout looking. And he did. He signaled it immediately. I was kind of confused there for a second because it definitely hit her, but it looked like, I guess she was out over the plate, and I mean, that's a strike. So there are 2 outs, and Maddie Whaley will step in. And Whaley hits a pop fly over down the third base line, and it's going to land harmlessly right by the fence. Macy Strath Lillyware and Addie Wilhoit all giving chase to no avail. So Whaley, the left fielder who walked in her first trip, will now bat with 2 outs. And the 0-1. That is going to be just off the plate and low, 1-1. So here comes a 1-1 pitch. That pitch is going to be hit high and foul and almost out to the playground. So it'll be 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch is on the way as Carly looks to get a clean 4th inning here. She didn't like that sign. Now looking for another. Looks like she's got what she wants. And the 1-2 is going to miss outside, 2-2. And it looks like she would like a new softball. The umpire obliges. And so we will get another. The 2-2 is going to miss upstairs, and the count's gone full. So both sides clapping, and we got a 3-2 pitch, and it's going to miss way off the plate. And Whaley will scamper down to first for the second time. And Jade Bell, the number 9 hitter and the third baseman, will step in. Bell, who had a sacrifice bunt in her first trip, obviously won't be looking to get a sacrifice bunt right here. 2 outs and a runner at first. First pitch to her is a called strike. Pretty much right down Broadway right there. It's 0-1. So here comes the 0-1. That is a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. So Carly heading the count 0-2. Looking to shut things down here and send us on to the bottom of the 4th. The 0-2 pitch is called strike 3 on the inside corner. Carly is stoked. She's thrown outside most of the day, but comes inside right there and just tore that young lady into knots. So we will head to the bottom of the 4th with the score. It is Gibbs 1 and the Lady Vikings 0 here on the Viking Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lady Viking Softball here on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore. We are in the bottom of the fourth. Tennessee High trails 1-0. And Abby Haga swings and misses at the first pitch on the outer part of the plate, 0-1. Abby, who drew a 4-pitch walk in her first trip, I guess felt cheated and had to get a swing in right there. Here's the 0-1. That's going to miss outside 1-1. So here comes a 1-1. That's a not great swing right there. It's 1-2. Abby just kind of waved at that one, which is uncharacteristic for her. So we got a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Abby's going to hit this ball in the air to right field, but it is a can of corn for Dakota Large. And there's one away. Carly Compton will step in. Carly, who bounced into a fielder's choice her first time, swinging at the first pitch. Basically bounced out 1-5. And again, Carly, who definitely has the ability to tie this thing up with one swing of the bat. She stakes a one swing and she hits it high and deep to center field, and it is out of here. It is a low line drive that was just high enough to get out of the park. So Carly Compton ties this game at 1 with a big swing on the first pitch, hits it over the center field fence. And that changes the complexion of things just a little bit. I wasn't sure it was going to be high enough to get out of here, but it was just high enough. You know, we have pretty high fences here at the Lady Viking Softball Complex, because it's about 10 feet shorter than the average softball field, and Carly just crushed that ball, hit it hard. I mean, there was no doubt that it was hit hard enough. It's just whether it was going to be high enough. Her 12th home run of the year, RBI number 30. And we got a brand new ball game. So Maddie Hall will step in, and she'll take a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Maddie went down swinging in her first trip. Maddie swings and misses at that one on the outside part of the plate, 0-2. So Keck way ahead 0-2 right here. 0-2 pitch is going to miss outside. You know, she's mostly lived on that outside part of the plate for most of the day today. And here's the 1-2. Little off-speed pitch, and Maddie goes down swinging. Six strikeouts now for Keck. And Macy Strouth will step in. Macy, who went swinging at the first pitch and bounced to the pitcher her first time up. First pitch to Macy, swung on and missed at a pitch low and outside, 0-1. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's going to miss away and low, pretty much more or less the same pitch. And that time Macy was not offering at it. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses at a pitch about belt high, but outside. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 to Macy. Takes a little pitch on the outside corner and rolls it out towards second. Easy pickup and flip for Mello, and that will retire the side. But the big news for that inning is we are back square as Carly Compton goes deep to tie this game at 1. So it's 1-1 as we head to the 5th inning here on the Viking Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tennessee High Softball on the Viking Sports Network, the state sectional. And we got a dandy. It's 1-1 here in the 5th inning. And the lady who scored the run for Gibbs is at the plate, Malia Smith. She fouls that first pitch off. She has walked and struck out looking last time. She walked, went to second on a sacrifice bunt, scored on the double by the pitcher Lacey Keck. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. She fakes a bunt, and that's going to miss just a bit off the plate, 1-1. So Carly into her wind and the 1-1. It's going to miss off the plate, 2-1. Oh, Carly gets her sign and the 2-1 pitch on the way. We're going to get a bunt. Macy Strouth comes and gets it. The play is going to be a bang-bang at first, and she's safe as the ball gets by. I think she was going to be safe anyway. It was definitely going to be really close. So a bunt hit for Malia Smith. And that is certainly not the way you want things to start if you're Tennessee High. Dakota Large will come to the plate. She popped out. I misspoke before. She did not get the sacrifice bunt down the first time. Popped out to Carly Compton and has flown out to left field in her 2 trips. So runner at first. She fakes a bunt and a called strike. I would imagine that she is probably going to be bunting here, but you never know. Macy Strauss certainly thinks so. She is way in at third base. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. She is bunting, and she lays it down right in front of the plate, and they're not going to have a play. That was a really good bunt right there. Carly Compton had to come and get it because it was just to the first base side. You know, Maddie Hall, the way the Lady Vikings cover bunts is Maddie stays put most of the time. And just a really good bunt. And, you know, we've talked about that's something that this team likes to do is play the small game. And Lacey Keck will step in. Keck, 2 for 2, a single and a double. She had the RBI double in her first trip. Base hit last time up the middle. And she grounds that ball towards Will Hoyt. Addie will tag Smith. And there's one away. So a nice play by Addie Wilhoit, a fielder's choice right there. 6 unassisted. And that will bring the cleanup hitter to the plate in a big spot. This is Addison Merritt. And she hits a high fly ball down the right field line, foul and into the bullpen. Merritt, who has walked and struck out today. But again, as we've discussed, she is the big stick in the lineup. 505, 12 home runs coming into the day, 52 runs batted in. So this is a very big spot in this softball game right here. Here's the 0-1. That is going to be just off the plate, 1-1. That was a really good pitch. But did miss just a smidge off the black right there. It's 1-1. So here's the 1-1 pitch. That is going to be right on the black and at the knees, 1-2. So back-to-back really good pitches right there by Carly Compton. So now we got a 1-2 count. Interesting to see what Coach Boggs decides to do right here. Obviously, you're going to try to make her chase right here. And Merritt's going to call time as it was taking just a second for Carly to get her sign. And the 1-2. That is a changeup, called strike 3. Just a nasty pitch right there. Froze her solid. Great clutch pitch by the junior right there. And there are 2 outs. And that'll bring Savannah Mello to the plate. Mello, who's popped out to left center field and struck out. See if Carly can pitch her way out of trouble again right here. First pitch to Mello is going to miss off the plate, 1-0. So again, runners first and second, now 2 outs. Carly Compton trying to pitch out of a jam. Here's the 1-0. It's going to miss outside, 2-0. Carly wants a new ball. So again, really big spot right here as we get into the later part of this game. We are in the top of the 5th. Game tied at 1. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and that's going to miss off the plate pretty much in the same spot. It's 3-0. So we'll see if Carly can climb the ladder right here. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That is going to miss high, and Mello will head down to first, and that'll load the bases. That'll bring Taylor Selby to the plate. Selby struck out in her first trip. It looks like we're going to have a substitution of some sort right here. So we are going to have a pinch hitter right here. It is going to be Baker, the freshman, who was the courtesy runner earlier. Looks like she's going to get an at-bat right here in a huge spot.
Correction, pitch hitting for Gibbs, number 15,
Brianna Baker, who's hitting .263 on the season. Up here in a big spot. She's driven in 7 runs. This will be just her 25th plate appearance, her 20th at-bat. So, big spot right here. Again, the bases are loaded with 2 outs. See what they are trying to do right here. She might be up there to bunt. That pitch is going to one-hop Abby Haga, and Abby makes the stop. It's 1-0. So an interesting decision right here. Pinch hitting for the senior Selby with the freshman Baker. And certainly in a huge spot. As Carly Compton tries to pitch out of this jam. Here comes the 1-0. That's fouled straight back, 1-1. So, big spot in this softball game. Bases loaded. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 5th. The freshman Brianna Baker, 1-1 pitch to her, is going to be called strike on the inside corner. You know, both pitchers have lived on the outside part of the plate for most of the day, so when they've come in, it's been tough. So it's 1-2. And Carly can't hear Coach Boggs there. Now she's got it, and she's ready in the 1-2 pitch. Strike her out! Carly came with a fastball on the inner part of the plate, and she pitches her way out of a huge jam. So we will head to the bottom of the 5th. Telling you the score, it's TSSAA and Gibbs tied at 1 here on the Viking Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lady Viking softball complex at Rotary Field and the TSSAA Sweet 16 matchup between the Tennessee High Lady Vikings and the Lady Eagles of Gibbs, and it is very close to straightaway right here. Here's the 1-1 to Glover, and she's going to bounce one back to the pitcher, and she is retired easily. And there are 2 outs. And Katie Granger will step in. Katie, who popped out to right field her first time, swinging on that first pitch. First pitch to her this time is going to be a called strike on the inner part of the plate. Kind of a rarity right there for Keck to come over the inner half. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Setting up inside again, and it's going to be in and a little high, but it's a called strike. Not so sure about that one. And so it's 0-2. Pitch misses upstairs on the outer half that time. So it'll be 1-2 to the sophomore right fielder. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be called strike 3 on the outside corner. Just painted it right there. So we will head to the 6th. With the score once again, it's still 1-1 here on the Viking Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tennessee High Softball here on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore bringing you this TSSAA Sweet 16 game. And it'll be the lower third of the order. Ella Lawhead leading things off for the Eagles. Lawhead has gone down swinging and gone down looking. Of course, the looking one was the most interesting strikeout of the day, where the ball hit her, but she was out, her elbow was out over the plate, and the umpire called her out. So the first pitch is a called strike on the inner half, and it's 0-1. Carly gets her sign, and the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Of course, the top of the lineup due up in the 6th for the Lady Vikings. So if Carly can get through here, have a chance to get that top of the order up, a chance to take the lead. 0-2 pitch misses up high, 1-2. So Carly gets her sign, and the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Just right at the knees on the outside corner. So Lawhead goes down for the 3rd time. Strikeout number 10 for Carly Compton. And Maddie Whaley will step in. Whaley has walked twice. Pretty unusual to see anybody walk really at all, but especially twice against Carly Compton. I mean, Carly comes into today and, 24 games, came into today having walked 25. So here comes the 0-1. That is going to be just a bit low, 1-1. So Abby sets up inside. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be line foul. I mean, she was way out in front of that pitch. And it ends up over on the other field. When I coached softball here, we had a girl who, if the other field had been in play, she'd have had unbelievable numbers. Because she could hit a lot of foul balls that way. Out of the park. I mean, just really tough, but that ball's going to be rolled just foul. Almost came back into play right there. Honestly, if Maddie Hall had taken a step back, it might have, but then it also might have hit the base. But Whaley did not move from the batter's box, so still would have had a chance to get her. So it's 1-2. So Compton's 1-2 is hit high and foul, and again, basically over onto the infield on the other field. And it will stay 1-2, and now we're looking for another softball. And the Lady Viking dugout throws in a couple. So we'll get another 1-2 pitch on the way. Be surprised if we see the rise ball right here. Here's the 1-2. Nope, a little off-speed pitch misses away. 2-2. Trying to get her to chase. And Gibbs has been very disciplined, as you would expect of a team of this pedigree. Here's the 2-2. That pitch is going to be popped foul. We'll come back here and land near the concession stand. And so it'll stay 2-2. Whaley's had good at bats today. Again, has drawn 2 walks, and they've both been in battles. I mean, it's been one of these deals where she's hung in and hung in and hung in. Here's the 2-2. That pitch is going to miss way upstairs, and it's full. So it'll be 3-2. Again, 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th. Game tied at 1. Gibbs scored a run in the first on an RBI double by the pitcher Lacey Keck. And her opposite number, Carly Compton, tied the game. And that pitch is a changeup, and it is hit high and deep to center field, and it is out of here. So Maddie Whaley hits an off-speed pitch over the center field fence. And that will give Gibbs a 2-1 lead. So just hit it pretty much right where it was pitched. I mean, it was up in the zone, and Whaley just hit it right there. Her second home run on the season. And Gibbs has taken a 2-1 lead. And that'll bring Jade Bell to the plate. Bell, who has a sacrifice bunt and struck out looking on her last trip. She's going to fake a bunt and take a called strike. So 5th hit of the game for the Eagles is a big one. Gives them a 2-1 lead as we play here in the top of the 6th. Bell hits a little looper into left field for a base hit. So the bottom part of the lineup coming through here in the 6th inning for the Eagles. And that'll get them back to the top of the lineup in Malia Smith. Smith, who bunted for a hit second time up, has, Lord have mercy, I can't get my time straight. This is her 4th at bat. She's walked, struck out looking, and bunted for a hit. Now, umpire going over to get some more softballs from Coach Chafin. Those foul balls that have been returned. So big spot in this game now. 1 out, runner at first. The shortstop, Malia Smith, who's been on twice in 3 trips today. Of course, you really don't want to get any more of these any further right here. So here's the first pitch to Smith. That pitch is going to be popped foul and out of play. So it's 0-1. Carly gets her sign. And the 0-1. That is going to be a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. So big thing right there working ahead in the count. See if she can finish her off right here. Bell at first. And that's going to be kind of cue balled over towards the third base dugout. So we'll do another 0-2. 5. Smith a slapper with really good speed. Here's the 0-2 to her, and that's going to miss outside, and it's 1-2. Bell got a pretty good lead over there that time. So we'll get a 1-2 pitch on the way. That's strike 3. She swung and missed at a pitch out of the zone. And that is a very big 11th strikeout of the game for Carly Compton. And that'll bring Dakota Large to the plate. Dakota bunted for a hit last time. It's also bunted her first time and popped to Carly Compton and also flown out to left field, leading off an inning in her second at bat. That first pitch is a called strike. Runner goes, throw down to second, and she is called safe. Really good throw by Abby Hager right there. But it looks like she slid to the back of the bag. And so Bell is in safely and is into scoring position here with 2 outs. And again, Dakota Large is the batter. Here's the 0-1. She hits this ball high in the air to left field. Lily Ware's got it. Lily makes a running catch on that line drive, and that will retire the side. But a clutch home run from the number 8 hitter, Maddie Whaley, gives Gibbs a 2-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on the Viking Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tennessee Ice Softball here on the Viking Sports Network. Coach Charlie Tiller with our producer Colin Moore bringing you all of the action. Lady Vikings trail 2-1 now here in the bottom of the 6th. This is an inning where they need to make some hay. Haley Hughes will lead things off. Kaylee, who's gone down looking, gone down swinging, and that's a called strike and looked a little high to me, but it's okay. It's 0-1. Really need Kaylee aboard right here. And she hits this ball high in the air. That's not going to do it. Just a can of corn for the left fielder, Maddie Whaley. And one away. And Addie Wilhoit will step in. The freshman shortstop, 1 for 2, had a double back in the first inning. One of the only 2 hits for the Lady Vikings on this afternoon. And if we're going to make a comeback, that's going to have to change. She grounded to second last time up on a hard hit ball. That pitch is inside and a called strike. That's pretty rough right there. Of course, Keck, who's been pitching away most of the game, looks like she's trying to pitch away right here, and it's going to miss off the plate 1-1. Crowd did not like that first strike call, and can't say I really blame them. That ball just about hit Addie. So it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch to her is off the plate, 2-1. Umpire kind of bent over, looked like he was looking at it, but it was definitely off the plate. So it's 2-1. Of course, Wilhoit, 2-2-1 to her, is going to be a called strike on the outside corner. Really tough one right there. And that'll even the count at 2. That looks like she's going out there again, and that, whoo-wee. That missed just a little bit high. It's full. Thought he was going to ring her up on that one. But it kind of evens out. So the count is full to Addie Wilhoit. Freshman shortstop. That pitch is going to miss off the plate, and Addie will trot down to first with a 1-out walk. And Abby Hago will stand in. Abby, who's walked and flew out to right field. Of course, as we talked about earlier, Abby's been on an RBI bench in the postseason with 9 of them and a .357 batting average. So, Addie at first. First pitch to her is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Abby on the season, .477. Here's the 0-1. That pitch is going to miss away, 1-1. So Wilhoit at first after drawing a 1-out walk. Carly Compton on deck. Here comes a 1-1. That's going to hit Abby in the helmet. So she will head down to first base. And we will get a courtesy runner. It'll be Carrot Harris, the freshman, number 20, who will run at first base. So with 1 out, Carly Compton will stand in. Carly, who's seen 2 pitches today, hit into a fielder's choice on a ground ball back to the pitcher her first time and deposited one just over the center field fence her second time. So the umpire is calling time. And as it looks like the second base umpire was not quite ready. He had recorded the courtesy runner and had not put his pad back in his pocket yet. The first pitch is going to be a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Really good pitch right there by Keck. And a good job by Carly Compton to let that one go by, because all you're going to do is hit a ground ball on that one. That next pitch is blown by her on the outside part of the plate, 0-2. Really nice pitch right there by Lacey Keck. So Carly going to have to protect the plate now with an 0-2 count. So here's the 0-2. That's going to miss off the plate. Not by a lot, but by enough. 1-2. So 1-2 count. That ball is hit. Oh, boy, she just missed that one. It's fouled back, but, boy, she just missed that one. I mean, she had a good cut at that one and just missed it. So it's 1-2 still. Here's the 1-2 to Compton. That's going to miss off the plate, 2-2. The Gibbs fans think that it was strike 3, but it was well off the plate. That one was not really close. I mean, they're over on the third base side. They don't have an angle where they can see that. But even so, that ball was well off the plate. It's 2-2. So here's the 2-2 pitch. That pitch is off the end of her bat. One hops the first baseman, but it is a foul ball. So a nice pick over there by the first baseman, Haley Keck, but it was definitely foul. So we will get another 2-2 pitch. Really good job of hitting right there by Carly just to stay alive, because that was probably going to be a strike, but it was off a little off the plate. So here comes the 2-2. That pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. Everybody will move up a station. And the Lady Vikings have the bases loaded. The Lady Vikings have loaded the bases here in the 6th inning with 1 out. And we will get Delaney Linkus, the courtesy runner, over at first. And Maddie Hall will step in. Maddie has gone down swinging twice. She's due. Bases are loaded. Infield is in. They are definitely going to try and cut down this run at the plate. Of course, Will Hoyt runs really well. Maddie Hall with a little pop-up, little flare that is going to be caught on a great running catch by Savannah Mello. Just a great running catch right there with the infield in. That ball was hit in the air right behind first base. The first baseman has no chance to get that. And it was going to be a fair ball. I mean, if it falls, TSSAA probably scores 2 right there, because that ball was slicing down the line. But a great running catch by Savannah Mello. And that'll bring Macy Strauss to the plate. Macy, who's grounded out twice, swings at the first pitch and hits it foul and out of play. Macy's grounded out to the pitcher, grounded out to second. So a clutch at-bat opportunity right here for Macy Strauss. Macy, who is hitting .548 on the season with runners in scoring position. That is definitely the case right now. Infield regular depth, the middle infielders are back on the edge of the grass, actually. And that pitch is going to miss away, 1-1. We just want a on base anyway right here. 2 outs, a 1-run ball game. Here comes the 1-1. Macy's going to smack that ball down the first base line and out of play off of the building. And it's 1-2. We'll see if she stays away right here. That's where she's lived most of the day. Here comes the 1-2. Catcher sets up out there, and Macy hits a ball high and deep to right field. Oh, and it is run down by Dakota Large on the warning track. Macy just misses extra bases right there, but a big running catch by Dakota Large. Macy hit the ball right where it was pitched and hit it high and deep down the right field line, but Large is able to corral it, and that will retire the side. So we will head to the 7th inning. Score remains the same. It's Gibbs 2 and the Lady Vikings 1 here on the Vikings Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tennessee High Softball on the Viking Sports Network. The Lady Vikings trail 2-1 as we head to the final inning of regulation anyway, with it 2-1 Gibbs. Lady Vikings missed a golden opportunity right there, but you know, it's hard to really complain. It's just two awesome defensive plays by the Lady Eagles, taking away hits that would have scored runs. First pitch to Lacey Keck misses upstairs, so it'll be 3, 4, and 5 right here for the Eagles. The meat of their lineup right here. Keck, 2 for 3, a single and a double. And she hits a pop foul out of play right here. Of course, looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th, it'll be the lower third of the Lady Viking order, 7, 8, and 9, Lily Ware, Addison Glover, and Katie Granger. Tennessee High needs to keep it right here. Needs to keep it a one-run game. Here's the 1-1. That pitch is going to be popped in the air. Addie Wilhoit giving chase, can't get it. Lily Ware can't get it, and it'll fall in for a base hit. Just a little blooper that just finds the grass. And we'll get the same courtesy runner over there as Keck has been on base all day long. So the courtesy runner once again will be Madeline Rutherford. And Addison Merritt will step in. Merritt, who struck out twice, once swinging the last time looking, and a huge strikeout by Carly Compton. She's also walked today. First pitch to her is going to miss up and away 1-0. Again, really important that with the lower third of the order coming up, that Tennessee High keeps this deficit right here at 1 run. Carly's going to step off. Big at-bat right here. Again, we've talked about Merritt being the real big stick in this lineup. Pitch to her misses away, 2-0. So need Carly to climb it right here down in the count, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. That is a ball low, 3-0. Thought it was on the outside part of the plate, but it was low, so it's 3-0. So certainly don't want to give in to her right here. She's going to fake a bunt. She's not bunting, and it doesn't matter. The ball's going to go to the backstop, and she'll go to first base. So runners first and second. And we'll get another courtesy runner. Shelby Williams will be the courtesy runner now, number 25. And Mello will step in. Savannah rather. Fly out to left center field, struck out and walked, and she'll take that pitch upstairs, 1-0. Definitely need Carly to bear down right here. Of course, Mello, who had one of the real defensive plays of the game moments ago, she's going to bunt this one. Macy Strouth is coming to get it. There's going to be no play, and the bases are loaded. Really good bunt right there by Mello, and Tennessee High is in some trouble right here. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. And Taylor Selby will be the batter. Of course, she was pinch hit for last time in a big spot with the bases loaded. Now she'll get a chance to do it, and she's going to bunt and pop it up foul and out of play. She's 0 for 2. She struck out, grounded out to shortstop. Lady Vikings with the infield in, of course, right here. They cannot afford another run to score. With the way that Keck has pitched today, and with the lower third of the lineup coming up, they've got to cut everything off at the plate. So here's the 0-1 pitch. She's swinging this time and fouls it over onto the other field on a slap. And it's 0-2. A strikeout here, of course, would be huge. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's swung on and missed, strike 3. So a big swinging strikeout right there will be the first out of the inning, and that'll bring a pinch hitter, Ella Lawhead, who was 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs, is going to be lifted here. And the pinch hitter will be number 50, Haley Keck, who is actually the flex. So the flex is entering for the DP right here. So the flex hitting for the DP. So Haley Keck, who's hitting a $158 on the season, will stand in there. This will be her 20th at bat. She's a sophomore. So with a younger sister of the junior pitcher, Lacey. And again, the bases will stay loaded. Infield is in. Lady Vikings will try to cut a run off here at the plate if the ball is put in play. So the first pitch to Keck. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Of course, Maddie Whaley on deck is the one whose home run is the difference in this game right now. So here's the 0-1 pitch. It hits her, and that's just a disaster. So it hits Haley Keck, and that will score a run and make it 3-1. So the bases will stay loaded for Maddie Whaley. Whaley, who has walked twice and hit a ball over the center field fence last time up, her second of the season, that made it 2-1. Now it's 3-1 after that hit by pitch. And first pitch to her is a called strike on the outer half, 0-1. So again, it's even more key right now that Tennessee High keeps the score right here. Here's the 0-1. This ball is popped foul and out of play. And it'll be a 0-2. So, an 0-2 count to Maddie Whaley, who we hadn't gotten out today. And she pops this one foul. Basically in the same spot as before, into the parking lot. And it'll stay 0-2. Again, Whaley has had really good at-bats today. Has just really made Carly throw lots of pitches. And here's the 0-2. That is called strike 3 on the outside corner. So a big strikeout right there. And Jade Bell will come to the plate, the number 9 hitter, the third baseman who had a base hit to left field her last time up. Right, basically dropped a little soft line drive right in front of Lily Ware. Now the infield will return to regular depth with 2 outs. Play at any base. And the pitch is going to get to the backstop. Here comes the runner, and she will score. So a wild pitch at a very inopportune time. I mean, the ball just got into the dirt, and Abby just didn't really have a chance on it. So it's now 4-1 Gibbs. And a 1-0 count right here to Jade Bell. That pitch is going to miss low and in, 2-0. It's got to come get this one right here. So now runners second and third with 2 outs. And Abby Haig asked for time, and she's going to go out and have a little word with her pitcher. So now Abby comes back to the plate. And again, it's 2-0 right here to Jade Bell with Smith on deck. Really need to get this one right here. The 2-0 pitch. That is going to miss upstairs. It's 3-0. So Carly's going to look into the dugout for her sign. And the 3-1 pitch, Bell showing bunt. Of course, she's not bunting, and she takes ball 4. So that'll get Malia Smith to the plate for a 5th time today. Smith has walked, bunted for a hit, and struck out twice. And we need something right here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. That ball's going to be bounced towards short. Addie Wilhoit comes and gets it, but she's not going to have a play. Smith went flying down the line, and there just wasn't anything that Addie could do about that one. Ball was grounded pretty softly, just kind of slapped it right into the ground, and everybody's safe. And Dakota Large will stand in. It's now 5-1. 9th hit of the game for the Eagles. Swung on and missed, nothing and 1. Definitely want to get out of this right here with the 3 and 4 batters coming to the plate. We need an out right here in a bad way. That pitch is going to miss away, 1-1. So Gibbs, 1-1 pitch. That pitch is going to be popped high in the air and out of play. Hits the roof of the press box, as we could definitely tell from the loud boom that we had right above us. And it's 1-2. Big pitch in this softball game coming up right here. As TSSAA tries to get out of this and get back in for one last crack with the bats. Here's the 1-2. That is called strike 3 on the outside corner. So strikeout number 14 for Carly Compton today, but we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th. Tennessee High needs a big-time rally. It is Gibbs 5, the Lady Vikings 1 here on the Viking Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lady Viking Softball Complex here at Rotary Field. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Lady Vikings need a rally. Lily Ware swings at the first pitch. And it's 0-1. 7, 8, and 9 coming up. Ware, Glover, and Granger. And that is a called strike, 0-2. At the letters on the outer half. Got to be ready to hit that pitch on the outer part of the plate because she's going there. And the catcher set up out there, and that pitch is going to miss away. 1-2. Trying to get Lily to chase. But you know that's where she's going most of the time. So it's 1-2. Set up out there again. The 1-2. Lily reaches out and stays alive, fouling that ball off the backstop over near the on-deck circle that is no longer present. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be upstairs, so over the plate but high. It's 2-2. Looked like it was pretty much in the same spot as the first pitch of the at-bat. So here comes a 2-2 pitch to Lily Ware. That ball is hit high in the air to center field. Not going to be deep enough. Basically at the edge of the warning track, Taylor Selby makes the catch. So Lily gives it a ride, but got under it a little bit. And there's one out. That'll bring Addison Glover to the plate. Freshman 0 for 2 today is struck out and grounded back to the pitcher. Bats just haven't been good enough today. And Glover hits the first pitch foul over into the parking lot. Got a 1-2 hop of Volkswagen. Here's the 0-1. Glover, ground ball towards second. Nice pickup by the second baseman, Mello. She's been excellent defensively when called on today. Made one of the key plays of the game last inning. Taking away a hit on a little flare by Maddie Hall with the bases loaded that would have scored 2 runs. And really totally changed this game. And the Lady Vikings are down to their last out. Katie Granger will step in. Katie is flied out to right and struck out. And we need Katie to get on base here any way she can get there. That pitch is on the inner half. She's going to do a little swinging bunt towards third. Third baseman up with it, and that will do it. So Jade Bell comes and fields that little swinging bunt. Actually, hold on just a second. The umpires are having a little conference. Might have been off of her foot right there. Let's see. We got all 3 going to come here and have a meeting. I mean, Katie was a little slow getting out of the box right there, like she thought it did. But they're going to uphold the call, and that'll do it. So, Knox Gibbs is headed to the state tournament once again with a 5-1 victory over the Lady Vikings. So just a tough afternoon for Tennessee High. Just could never really get a lot going offensively. Had a couple of great defensive plays in the 6th inning that really turned the tide of the ball game. You know, if either one of those balls falls in, Tennessee High has all the momentum, and it just really took the wind out of their sails. So, all credit to Gibbs. They are headed back to the state tournament. They've been to every state tournament but 2 since 1991. So, a pretty regular occurrence for them. The Lady Vikings season ends at 24-5 in the Sweet 16. This is their 4th straight year in the Sweet 16, and 3 of those times that's where it's ended. So that will wrap things up as Gibbs celebrates right in front of home plate, and you can't blame them. I mean, you know, it's always exciting. I'm sure I wouldn't know if it would ever get old or not. I'd like to have that problem one day, but that will do it as the Lady Vikings fall for just the 5th time this season, and their season comes to a close. So some stats for you. Gibbs with 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 12 on base. They were threatening all day long. Tennessee High, a run on 3 hits, left 5 on base throughout the day. So That will do things. Again, a fantastic season for the Lady Vikings comes to a close, one game short of where you want to get. But the good news for Tennessee High, that they should have a large part of this team back, only 2 senior starters. The right side of the infield will have to be replaced with Mazzie Wilson and Maddie Hall graduating. But other than that, you'd expect this team to return intact and certainly have a chance to make a run at it again next year. So, again, an outstanding season for the Lady Vikings. They have nothing to hang their heads about. They just ran into one of the real dynasties in Tennessee high school softball with the Gibbs Eagles. Again, they have been to the state tournament every year but 2 since 1991, including the last 7 years. And they have also won 10 state championships and been runner-up 4 times. So, a tough break having to end up getting these guys as they were upset in the regional championship by Knox Carter. But Gibbs will head on down to Murfreesboro, I would imagine, tomorrow. And again, the Lady Vikings come up just 1 step short. We will be well represented in Murfreesboro next week with the Lady Viking tennis team headed down there, as well as Avery Stallnecker will be competing in the individual singles, and the doubles team of Ellison Kovacs and Trinity Moore will be down there as well, competing after the team competition. And then, of course, several Lady Viking track and field athletes will be down there as well. So good luck to those guys. We hope that you guys have enjoyed our broadcast this year on the Viking Sports Network. Want to give a big shout out again to our producer Colin Moore, who makes everything sound good and look good when we get to do video. Keep your eyes out on social media. I think we're going to have some more information coming out here soon about the future of the Viking Sports Network, and it's going to be even bigger and better next year. That's all I'm going to say. So for our producer Colin Moore, this is Coach Charlie Tiller telling you guys to have a great evening and go Vikes.